I don't even know what this is. Did I ever come here? Oh, I did. This up here is the boardwalk. Reminder that I have to call the library. Moonshine probably tastes like, smells like tasty fermentation. Where? Oh, near the okay, this is totally the wrong spot. Although I'm also just looking around for new things and places to interact with. Since, like, the one door seemed to have a thing specifically because I asked my physical instrument, could she be in there? Could she be in here? Hmm? Slit in the concrete here. A sewer? Any idea what's down there? No idea. Could be connected to one of the buildings around here. Thinking about find Ruby down there? I might find her down somewhere. There's an old storm drain system beneath Martinace that's mostly collapsed. Revachel's sewage system has been built and rebuilt 4 or 5 times now. In conclusion, she could be under any building. But not in there? I hope not. Storm drain? Oh! There's an echo and no answer. Can I go up into their house? Suppose I can. Industrial coal pellets. Burb? I'm gonna just take the burb? Seems rude. I'm gonna ask him first if I can take the burb. Her. A young girl, 4 or 5 years old. What's that? It's a grouse. You might be able to get on guard's good side if you replace the broken screw that you almost certainly broke. What's it for? I don't know. Can I have it? I know someone who really likes stuffed birds. Sure. Just go get it. I don't like the way it looks anyway. It looks angry. What's that thing you're holding? It's Lammy. He's my friend. Sort of like... Lammy is a stuffed lamb that has admittedly seen better days. One of the eye buttons is missing. Lammy looks soft. I don't deserve it. I'm scum. Press your damn cheek against Lammy, okay? Okay, I can do it. Isn't he soft? She's right. Lammy is very soft. She rubs the white fur against your cheek. Returns the lamb to her lap. Are the twins outside your brothers? Yes. They don't want to play with me. They're older and play outside. They look the same, and sometimes I can't tell them apart. They look identical, right? I said the same thing. They look identical. You know anyone named Ruby? Ruby? That tells me I'm a big girl, but she doesn't know I can't say lol. Well, sometimes I can, but then... Kids. Fucking kids. Some people's kids. Taking this. You there. You have children. What's wrong with you? Not sure what the melody might be. So Samara, also Sigian.
Welcome to the fishing village. Please lean in closer. I have cataracts.
Have my glasses. Lean forward.
Oh, welcome, police officer. We don't cause any trouble around here. And we don't want any trouble either.
We are not here to cause any trouble, madame.
Click, click, bang, bang. I'm not saying that.
Oh, of course. Last time we saw you around here was 12 years ago. You also came to take care of trouble then. Wish you did. But still, in Martinez, you're considered an ill omen.
I've been here
No,
before?
not you
No.
personally. I meant the RCM. Some of the men got into a fight. One of them killed another. Locked himself in that woodshed over there. He was brooding, needed some help opening the door. You got it open for him and took him to think about what he'd done in a more secluded place. Somewhere more quiet.
She says it as if he was on some kind of spiritual retreat.
Oh,
Kind of
the
ill.
usual. Dark tidings. Black Hound.
It's you alright? Black Hound, licking your own heels. I'm an ill omen.
You're not. No one around here considers us an ill omen. People would have told us.
Maybe we are afraid.
Why?
Because you're an ill omen. But you're still welcome here, as long as men with guns aren't chasing you. And maybe even then, because that's the kind of fishing village we've built. I'm sorry there's not a lot of room to park your motor carriage. And not a lot of houses. Or a lot of people. My kids are long gone, searching for treasure. So are others. Ah, look at me ramble on. What brings you to us?
I found this jacket, but it's filthy. Could you wash it for me? I can wash it for you, she says after looking the jacket over, but it's going to take about half an hour. Think you can stay put for that long? Volition says hell yeah. I could use a breather before another runny day begins. He's really upset at me for running. Yeah, I'll wait. Must say, I'm proud of this one. She nods, handing the jacket back to you. It's pretty nice underneath all the filth. I hope you take better care of it than its last owner. Where could someone stay around here? Stay? Most people are trying to leave. That said, if lodgings is what you're looking for, I've got a free room in the shack. How much is it? I won't charge you for it. Take it as a good gesture of goodwill from the village to the RCM. You're just giving it to me? No one is using it, and God knows it's not much anyway. You can stay there. There's this guy, Gart, who makes me give him money every night just so I don't die out in the cold. That's exactly how they get you. That's why we built our own cinder block houses on the seaside, so we don't have to give money to those crooks. They may not look like much, but they're ours. Why isn't anyone using the room? My kids grew up and left, like they do. The house is long empty now. I live in a small side attachment. It's easier and cheaper to keep warm. I can just have the room? The room is pretty bare bones, but there's a bed and roof over it. That's more than some folks have around here. This could be the first chapter of my rags to rich. This is real Revacholian hospitality. That Gart must be half-kipped or something. Yeah. Go ahead. Oh, is this... Was that a slur? I wasn't even paying attention to the word. Are you interested? Sure. Don't make an old woman regret opening her house to the police. Well, if you're not in the hostel in the morning, I'll know where to find you. Here, in a shack. He's a little relieved you're no longer in that room. Should he? This environment encourages one thing and one thing only, drinking. Have you seen a red-haired woman named Ruby around the coast? I haven't seen anyone lately. Because she's blind. Oh, because you're blind, right. He is a sharp one. She's being evasive. There was a murder in Martinez. She might be a suspect. We would appreciate your help. Would you now? I know how this world works, and it doesn't work when people tell on each other. This isn't about the... Yeah, they don't like the union. You don't have to worry about retaliation. I should have known. This is yet another union mess. I'm not afraid of them, you know. We're not in the habit of being afraid around here. You know something that you said. There's not much to tell. People come and go. Maybe she's... Ooh, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna look around the shack. I'll wait outside to give you some time and privacy to check your new living arrangement and look for signs of Ruby. But just so you know, when we're done with the day, I'll be staying in the Whirling and Rags for the night. We'll meet in front of the shack in the morning. It was real nice, actually. Old science fiction magazines about bird watching. An almanac from '39. You see the waves, the sea, a church. This intricate heat engine hums quietly, giving out pleasant warmth. The floorboards creak under your step. There's one now. I pick it up. One of them isn't quite level. The edge of the floorboard next to it looks scratched. The hollow space beneath the floorboards is dark and damp. You can barely make out the mixture of sand and sawdust below. What's in here? Nothing particular catches your eye. It looks like more reeds. Might be something hidden. Dry, not like outside. Fine dust, and something hard wrapped in paper. A small cylindrical object. You pull it out. A bullet. A 9mm bullet, to be exact. Fit for all muzzle loaders of that caliber. This bullet isn't a breech loader like the murder weapon. Floorboard isn't interested. Maybe the washer weapon is. You have enough to confront her with. It's extra ammunition. She's locked and loaded, ready to fight some cops. Holding the bullet, you get the feeling this isn't ammunition against you. It's for herself. Oh, gosh, that's dark. The mirror. Oh my goodness, I could shave the mutton chops off? Goodness. On the table you see a bowl of water, rough soap, and next to it a hand mirror. A straight razor soaks in the wash basin. Is shaving the right call? The water reflects back a vague image of your face. Nose bulbous and red, hair unkempt. Wrinkles lining the eyes and forehead. The stash is gigantic. Fresh start looms ahead. Clean yourself up and be born anew. Let's do it. Like an artist with a brush or a master swordsman, you use the small mirror and the straight razor with some soap to remove all that unkempt hair from below the nose line. I could also use a shave. A trim. The sharp blade chafes against your skin, producing a scratching sound. The surface underneath the beard feels tender, the air brushing against it chilly. Feel my cheeks. They feel so smooth, surprisingly so. A feeling of freshness overcomes you, as if you just came from a cold bath. Was shaving the right call? The water reflects back a vague image of your clean-shaven face. Despite the bulbous nose, unkempt hair, and persistent swelling, you look a little younger, maybe? You almost look like a professional. Let's look in the mirror. Oh, well, oh gosh. I look just as bad. Maybe worse. It was pretty bad before. It's still pretty bad now. Oh, I shaved. That makes it easier to stop the expression from happening, but I'm going to keep it. And hi, Nojia. I don't even recognize myself.
Yes?
So, I shaved. Yes, the lieutenant stares at your shaven face, his eyes narrowed. I don't know what to say. Perhaps... I knew I shouldn't shave. I knew it, and I still did it. What an idiot. No, it's okay, I guess. He keeps staring at you, dumbfounded. I may have preferred the mutton chops. They sort of seem to cover the... Either way, good on you. I've never actually looked... I think you should know that I can't remember anything. I don't really remember anything. There was drinking involved. Have you tried concentrating on something other than your personal affairs? There's a sudden, harsh edge to his voice, like he's tired of hearing about your personal affairs. What's wrong with personal affairs? Not a fan. It's just the nature of lieutenancy. We already know about décomptage. What should I concentrate on? Try work. Afraid this is a medical situation. Serious. I saw myself in the mirror and had no idea. I feel this is stuff that I probably should have gone through a long time ago. He prefers to think you're malingering. He cannot fathom that anyone could drink so much as to retroactively erase their entire life. The mayor from Jaws. I don't think I've ever seen Jaws. I know of it. Duh. I can't picture anyone from it. It's not psychological. Some sort of major brain damage has happened on an unprecedented scale. Then you should consider seeking medical attention. You can use the radio in Mykenema to call your station's Lazareth. Also, tell me about the case again. Go over the preliminary... you want me to brief you again? Okay. I already asked this before, but... For some reason, I still have a... Don't I? Don't I have a... Or did I just complete it just now? Maybe I did. I thought that I had a task to ask him to brief me, and that it was not done yet. I guess I'm wrong. Host on The Running Man. Have I seen The Running Man start to finish? Certainly not, but I've seen some of it. Oh, clothing. Do I like this jacket? Am I going to give it back? Pain threshold and half-light, but low drama. This is like a protective cocoon, placing the wearer's torso in a pocket universe where wind, water, dirt, and fire cannot harm them. Huge writing, 100% synthetic, is proudly displayed on the chest. It lets absolutely no air through. Warning, not fire... Item, not actually fireproof. Do I give it back to the guy? I mean, I could. He was mean to me when I tried to return it, and he was like, no, you gotta wash it, and then give it to me. He made me unlock the sorry cop thing. I might just keep it. I also might arrest him for stealing it.
Tequila sunset.
Seen a red-haired woman named Ruby around here? Can't really remember seeing any women after losing my keys. It's a touchy topic. He hasn't gotten laid in ages. He really has no idea who Ruby is, sire. Okay, if I click this, then I automatically give it back to him, so maybe I should just keep it. Plus, I don't want to hear any more stories. Yeah, I'm keeping his jacket. Where else would I look for Ruby, though? What? Wow. Didn't you? It's the same thing that I did during my Mass Effect Renegade. Remember when they had the reaction that I had to click in order to keep a person's jacket that he had stolen, and I found it and then washed it? Basically Mass Effect 2 all over again. Oh, I know. I'm gonna go talk to the kids out by the church. They've seen her. I'm sure they have. Also, I needed to talk to them anyway. Actually, before I do that, let's... I can't stop running around. I'm gonna go try to find the third trap, which I think it said was by the canal, which I guess means near the... Stop. Do it right. There it is. Not too hard to spot once you know what you're looking for. Keeping it hidden has not been a priority. The reeds bend forlornly toward the sand. Some tufts have been crushed. Snow covers the broken stalks like a shroud. In the east, the city center hums to you. Nothing but locusts. Definitely no cryptozoological monstrosity. Empty as all of them. One more of these and we're done. You getting tired? Didn't mean to complain, just... keep on running. Don't never stop unrunning. Don't never unstop anti-running. Not anti-running. All right, let's hit the fourth one before we go talk to the kids. It's gonna be over where we first met them. Which, does anybody remember? Must be up here somewhere. It's right here. I could ask them if they've seen Ruby. They're not gonna know. It's a very cozy place. The trap feels light and silent as you pick it up. Something is different here. No locusts! No phasmid either, but still. It's empty! Morel didn't... Oh, no. Instead of yelling... We'll look closer. The lieutenant studies the trap with you. Well, the bait worked on something. This doesn't mean it was a reed monster, though. Unless you see one in there, I just see an empty trap. The netting is a little untidy, messier than the others, like someone or something picked up the trap and shook it before dropping it back down on the ground. Someone or something may have messed with the trap. Competition in the form of an actual entomologist, or is someone sabotaging them? Probably wasn't the phasmid, but still, Morel needs to know. We did sort of promise them, didn't we? A cold gust of air dries your sweaty face. You look to the dark shadow of the Feld building in the distance, drawing you to it. What a strange sensation. Once this is done, should you try to ask again? What? Alright, so there's the church. Kids are over here in the tent, hardcore. Talk to you first.
So you talked to my associates, right? Are you going to help us? With the church, I mean.
Gotta ask questions first. I'll have more empathy. I can pick up the tape recorder, but I don't know why. Have you seen a red-haired woman around? No. Just no? It's pretty desolate here. I only hear the dogs bark at night and see the shadows move down the coast. Teenagers skulking around. Gang members looking for a hole in the Union defenses? Maybe Ruby too, but she wouldn't be able to tell from here. Not Good sign. Superstation. We can turn the grim desolation into a fun dance club, and thus also help turn this hellhole around. Associates. You must know something about them. Just don't tell people about my friends and who they are and so on. I don't provide information on them. Tell me about yourself, then. Me, I'm a silver bird. Okay, whatever.
Hi again. So, how are things going?
Tell me about this tent full of equipment. So you brought your own water. Good to have, bitch to carry. When I first scouted the place, I did some reconnaissance. I'm not sure the church even has running water. Distilled, too. Oh? It's the one they sell at the fuel station. He's lying to you, my liege. But he's slippery enough that there's nothing for you to grab hold of. Very curious. Reeks of sweat in here. It does, doesn't it? Told you we have a smell problem. He picks up a piece of telephone cord and inspects it. I also smell ether. Why? Ether? I don't smell ether. Do you, Noid? Nope. Chemical scent. Doesn't take a forensic scientist to guess it's drug-related. They look and act like the kind of guys who have done their fair share. Unlike the girl outside, however, the boy's breathing is regular. Their jaws stay put and their pupils are dilated, so they are not under the influence currently. At least not under the influence of stimulants. That doesn't rule out hallucinogens, benzos, some depressants. How do you know all this? What's with all the Nosifed? Nosifed Ultra. You have a lot of it lying around. Oh, the old Ultra. He's like an actor looking to the souffleur for his line. I have a major sinus infection. Stuffy nose. We all do. Shit's all blasted up. Winter. Can't even breathe. Sound fine to me. Yes, that's all the Nosifed's doing. Without the Nosa, I'd be drowning in shit right now. Can I have some? I have some nose problems too. Oh, it was actual Nosifed? Okay. I thought maybe it was like they had something else stored in those bottles. What about the engine starting fluid? How's that extra high ether content working out for you? Does it do the trick? I guess it does. You know, about that, maybe that slight scent of ether I felt is somehow connected to the ethyl ether? Alright, enough of this. What? This is a really tough roll. Soon as it's okay. Got the church. I checked it out, and a shadow-clad, the shadow-clad being climbing a man living in the ceiling. Oh, crab man. Odd lecture on alcoholism before rambling on and on about mother's love. What's he doing in the church? Preaching and praying from the looks of it. It's gonna be a problem. Let's go back to the point. What are we gonna do about him? These guys will never catch him. You will never catch him. There's nothing to do. Actually, he told me he wouldn't mind the nightclub at all. Doesn't feel like a major hindrance to you? A spooky guy climbing around when the guests are trying to have a nice, friendly, hyper time? You're just gonna have to live with the crab man. Everyone else is welcome to dance till the morning light. Yeah! What about the other spookier one in Grandma's clothes? Was using the mainframe when Suna, the former lead programmer of Fortress Accident, appeared. A programmer? That's odd. What was she like? Did you ask her about the nightclub? She told me you guys haven't been completely honest with me about your plans. Come on, man. Who will you trust? A spooky programmer or us? We just want to make the world a better place. Feel the love. Get down and feel it. The love? No, I'm really not feeling it at all. You'll get there, believe me. Disposition. Anyway, now that it's settled, how did she seem? I mean, disposition-wise, about the dance club idea. Ja oder nein? Rocking it or dropping it? She did not like the dance club idea. What a pity. It's my favorite thing in the world, and she doesn't like it at all. Do you see a way out of this jam? Unity! Dance! She made it very clear she won't leave until her own project is finished. I won't evict her. Look at you, Honor Man. No, he's right. Maybe we approach this the wrong way after all. I'm sure there's a workaround. We can make a deal not to bother her. If that's okay. We only want to get in the church and spread the joy and ecstasy of music. I don't understand. Does she like anodic dance music? She absolutely does not. Egghead cannot believe what you just said. It makes him pump the jam a little slow. Oh, no, that's that's not him talking. Egghead cannot believe what you just said. It makes him pump the jam a little slower for the moment, but then he returns to the full swing of it. If coexisting fails, you can always muscle her out, right? If it's all okay with you. What do you think? No, I refuse to throw her out. But I can try convincing her. Alright, so let's pump up the logic. Pump up the logic jams. Here we go. Clothes of logic. Logic, anything that gives logic. Oh, hell yeah. It's -1. Oh, that's also a hat, so that's gonna... In fact, I could just sell this. This is no good. Unless I needed logic and perception for some reason. No, regardless. Let's get rid of that. I'm gonna sell it. Okay. I could even... Oh man, there's so much of it. Oh, because I found another container of it, didn't I? I might have. I don't think I even need it, but... Oh, do I have a thing to... I do have a thing to spend. Yeah, I had thought of... I also expressed a desire for that, but it might... Like, it's already silly enough what I'm doing. I guess it's not breaking anything if I... Or some kind of grouping. Yeah, if I could make and save outfits and go, this is my logic outfit. Click. Do I want to run one more of these? I don't think so. All right, let's make this roll and then consider spending a skill point on something.
So, how things going?
Oh yeah, hell yeah. A number of things don't add up. Let's take a look. How about gather around, kids? Kids, now gather around. Well, the large head seems very enthusiastic about whatever you have planned. Sometime in the past, I'm not sure when or where, but betrayal was involved. I fell sick and became the shadow you see now. But before that, I have reason to believe I was a police detective. Will I say that? Sure. But you still are. Thank you for your kind words. I was good enough in this job to be awarded the rank of Lieutenant Euphrator. I could have been captain. Imagine that. What happened? I did. I happened to myself. That's a real downer. Now, obviously, that might as well have been 1,000 years ago, but there's still some detective left in me. He senses something is wrong. Soon as said you've been lying about your plans. Your answer was very unconvincing. Fuck, man, it's difficult to get along with some people. We're trying to make an effort. We're on a mission here. This isn't the makings of a club. It's a tent full of laboratory equipment for manufacturing drugs. I have no idea how you've arrived at that conclusion, but it's wrong. Look, we even have speakers. One speaker. They have one speaker. Where is his friend? Did he lose his friend? What do you mean, friend? The other speaker. You only have one. It's a one-speaker system. It's monodynamic. You wouldn't know the first thing about sound reproduction and anodic music. Other speaker. Pfft. This may be the brain damage talking, but you've never heard of monodynamic or one-speaker system. You have no headphones. Wouldn't Estelle need her headphones to spin tape? What do you know about spinning tape? Nothing. I know you pawned them. Likely for lab equipment and drug ingredients. That Nosifed is here for its active ingredient. He said it was for its nose. What more do you want? Likely pseudoephedrine. Almost exactly the shape of ephedrine. Ephedrine makes you happy, and so does pseudoephedrine. The distilled water, cornerstone of a clean lab, and of all cellular-based life. What's your point, Lawbringer? The ethyl ether from Capri-L'Ange, a solvent. Good for getting acting agent out of a solution. Make up your mind. First it's the sweat, then it's the ether. There's no need for me to pile on anymore, is there? No shit. Your girl sail as high as a kite out there. It must have been hard for you boys to keep sober for this meeting. We don't need drugs to be hardcore. Shut the fuck up, Egg. Maybe not today, Egg, but you need drugs to get through the days when you're not expecting me. Climb down from the equestrian monument, cop man. Consciousness is new to the universe. We all have our ways to ease the shock. So does Estelle need drugs more than you? We know she has a problem, man. We're working on it. She didn't exactly have a smooth adolescence. Underneath, he is furious she ruined it for them. This means trouble for their female friend. Bottom line is, I know. What exactly is it you know? In short, you tried to use a police detective to set up a drug lab. Come on, that's preposterous. I meant to say not true. So what are we going to do with you? What do you mean, do? There's resignation in his voice. He's almost ready to drop the act. It wouldn't take a lot of pushing. I don't really care. I just wanted to crack the case. Do what you want, and I'll do what I want. No. Tell me what's really going on, and we'll work from there. I can be lenient. What do you mean, lenient? I'm not calling for backup and hauling you off to the pen, for starters. Haven't you? I'm the dirtiest cop this side of the river. We'll just say that. We'll see. Now speak. He thinks for a moment, then opens his mouth but closes it again. He finally raises his hands. Things are just way too hard for an entrepreneur in this city. It's not like we're not gonna turn the church into the wickedest club in East Revachol. Because we are. We totally are. We just gotta turn it into a speed lab first. You know, to get our foot in the door. And why did you need me? Like I told you, spooky assholes moved in while I was getting all this stuff together. A month ago, the place was empty, and now it's all spooked up. They're not really spooky, are they? No, man, they're spooky, alright. It's just, they would also probably call the police if we started cooking speed in there. But the sign was way too off. I couldn't feel the love at all. Sir, you promised you'd be lenient. This is it. Judgment time. So I could tell them, go ahead and do the club, just no drugs. I could just say, get lost. I could arrest them. Arresting them might be fun. I haven't arrested anyone yet. And we completely caught them in the act of setting up a meth lab. No, please. The one with the large head presses stop on the tape player. In the silence, you can hear the wind howl outside. There needs to be a club for anodic music in there. Everyone hates each other. Everyone hates it here. It's all just drugs, and we're slaves, and I can't. We're running out of time. Without a smile, he looks heartbroken, and older than you thought he was. He looks almost as old as you. We need the win. I promise this will be a win. We won't cook speed in there. We'll do it clean. We'll do it true. We'll do it sober and real and beautiful. This will be a victory for the light. If you avoid the call, we will consider you fugitives and hunt you down. That's pretty ruthless. Or, man, that speech was beautiful. I think I've changed my mind. I still want to arrest people. I haven't gotten to do it yet. You're arrested. No. He looks like he's at least 45 years old. What does that even mean? Fuck, man. You said you'd be lenient. What happens at the station? Your case will be reviewed. You might get prosecuted or not. We'll see. I guess we're truly done. First, I need to see all your identification documents. The would-be leader pulls out a card from his jacket pocket and hands it to you. The name reads Pete Andre. Carl Holtzman. And your name was Germain? Germain. The one with the large head looks crushed, handing you his paper. The name reads Germain van der Weeg? Mark their names down in paperwork and hand them each form. And I guess that's that. I deserve more experience than that. I did such a good job. I did a good police job. I want more experience. And then the tent vanished into thin air.
Yes.
I'm definitely gonna arrest her. I'm gonna double arrest her. It'll be amazing. Oh, this means I never get to make that empathy roll and pick up the tape player. Oh well. Oh, and I'm close to another skill point. What else do I want raised? Do I really only have 1 point in visual calculus? I love him so much. He needs another skill point. Also, I need to put on some normal clothes, right? That's fine. I have logic +3, so yeah, forget that. Let's not do that anymore. Let's do... Encyclopedia is real good. Even more visual calculus? Maybe. No, it's where this... Oh, it matches! It matches beautifully. Feeling it now, Mr. Krabs? Sounds creepy in here.
Yes, what is it?
Those ravers won't be bothering me anymore. I arrested them because they were planning a drug trade. You arrested them? Didn't think the cops in this place had it in them. You seen anyone suspicious? A woman named Ruby. No, no one's suspicious around here. She has not seen her sire, 'tis true. About that hole again? No, never mind. Crab man? Sounds like you're not worried about him at all. Machines. I already asked about all of this stuff. Darn. I kind of thought something else would happen here, but maybe not. Can I go talk to... Nope, he's gone. He is gone. How many other people are there to talk to out here? Oh, there's the guy who's looking at the building. He might be the last person to talk to. Oh, I'm supposed to ask. Okay, I'm supposed to ask her about the bullet. I didn't really realize that that had showed up as a task. Man, I shouldn't have shaved.
Our tenant, the policeman. I hope the waves don't keep you up at night. What can I help you with?
What was a bullet under the floorboards of your shop? God damn that girl. And without anger, a long and harsh life has taught her not to buckle under pressure. A bullet? You didn't put it there, did you? She did. Gone and hid things in there. She's usually a good tenant, and not a stupid one either. You rented the room to her? The old woman sits in silence, her hands moving into the water bucket. Some water sloshes over the edge. Slowly she speaks, wringing out a rag. Yes, I let my room to that Ruby girl. As I've done before when she's in trouble, or just looking for solitude. I've made it clear. We welcome all kinds of people here. When was this? She came last Friday, left on Monday in a hurry. What has she gotten herself into, that girl? That's for the police to find out. Right then, please answer each a question to the best of your ability. I'm sure we have a few. You said she left on Monday? Yes, early, with the dogs around 8 o'clock, I think. She probably heard the lieutenant's Kanema drive by and it woke her up, just like it did you. Kim, she must have heard your Kanema. That is the downside of a 130 kilowatt engine. His voice is tinged with pride. It lets the bad guys know when you're coming. Is the room exactly as she left it? I cleaned it, like I always do. Was there anything else in there? No. The truth, sire. Why do you think she left the bullet there? How would I know? She's a gruff one, but not violent. She doesn't go around toting a gun. She looks back toward her shack, thinking. You could ask her about your hunch, that it was a desperate measure. See if she thinks Ruby fits the bill. I have a possible explanation in my mind. A seagull flies overhead, obviously a bad omen. It's an exit plan. Exit from what? The world. The lieutenant stops writing for a moment. He looks at you, then at the old woman. She tilts her head to the side, looking up at you, deep in thought. Then she makes up her mind. No, she is a fighter. She really believes that. What is she like, Ruby? She's good company, knows how to talk to an old woman. At my age, you don't get a lot of quality conversation, so I really appreciate that about her. Did she talk to you much during her last stay? No, she was mostly silent this time, kept to herself. She tried not to let it show, but I could tell she hadn't come to fish. Usually she likes to cast a few lines, but this time she mostly stayed in her room. I heard she was a heavy drinker with anger issues. You ever witness that kind of behavior? Nothing of the sort. Sure, she was no stranger to the bottle. She fit in that way. But I only knew her to have a beer on the beach while watching the sunset. That's not what Classier said. She isn't what you'd call a drunk. Even offered me some from time to time. Said it was part of the your life, but I never saw her lose control of herself the way some people do. Where did she go? I don't know. Further up the coast. She tried to leave quietly, but the hinges on that door screeched like a cat in heat. Woke me up. I heard a rushing in those heavy boots, heading up north. It's a peninsula. She might be trapped. After a moment of silence, she says, You'll never find her, you know. She knows the coast like the back of her hand. You only just arrived. I wouldn't worry about that, man. We're persistent. The place is huge. She's a needle in a haystack. Yes, it's going to be too much work for you to find her. She drops the rag into the bucket. It's clean now. Better for you to stay here. Get a nice cozy fire going in the heater. The Feld Electric mural. You feel like you should go look at it again. Step closer this time. Oh, okay, this is going to let me retry the mural? Alright, fine. Tell me about yourself. Who exactly are you here? Me? No one. Just an old washerwoman. Mother called me Isobel, if that's what that's what you're asking. And my married name is Sadie. Now it's your turn, mister. Call me Harry. Well, I guess I will, Harry. It just rolls off the tongue. I used to know a Harry. Strong lad. Dumb as a rock. He did too many narcotics. So many he fell off his boat and split his skull on a buoy. Folks who saw it say his head cracked open like a melon. Nasty, nasty. Questions about Ruby? No, no more. Whoops. Sorry. What's further down the coast? The abandoned church, the Dolorian Church of Humanity. It's been there since before my time, even. Why is it abandoned? Oh, some things just don't fly, officer. She offers a gap-toothed smile and smells the air. Look around. Who would go to church here? They built it 300 years ago. It must have been nicer then. So they don't hold services there anymore? The Ecclesiastes? No. They've tried, but things just keep happening. Crime, accidents, other things. The place never stays open. It's a pity. It used to be such a nice church. She's not telling you all she knows. Keep her talking. What else is on down the coast? Before you get to the church, there's some ruins. An apartment complex or some kind of electrical plant. Rundown bunch of houses, empty. Wait, which is it then? I don't know exactly. A pre-war place. It used to be something before the war. I wasn't here then, you know. Was born in Samara. Anything else of note? The old fish market off the boardwalk, but it's closed. Who'd want to come to a fish market here? No one. That's why it's closed. It was once a bustling young place. Back when I was young, and so was everyone else. Now what we do catch goes... Now what catch we do bring in goes straight into a lorry for the Delta or somewhere else. There's got to be more along the coast. What, you're one of those real estate people with big plans? If you want to develop an opportunity, you can check out the abandoned building over at Land's End. Used to be a supply depot, we think. Sending goods and ammo across the bay. It's jammed shut, though. We tried to get in, see if there was anything to sell or scavenge, but it's impossible. Nothing is impossible, surely, says Interfacing. What's in this fishing village? Just us. Barely a village anymore. We almost don't exist. This is pretty much a non-place, a gap, a blank spot on the map. Nameless shacks on a nameless street. Place is so pornographically poor, it's not even funny. Is there a way to make a little money around here? Here? For you? No, officer. The only money we have is some coins the drunks tried hiding from their women and then forgot about. Who else lives in this village? Liliana and her kids. A few new folks live in the house to the east, but they're away right now. And then there's the drunks. Not a pretty sight, but there's little we can do about it. Home is home, even for them. Liliana's tough. Tougher than the men here, at least. If it wasn't for her and the kids, this place wouldn't have a spark of life left. I think I also met the drunks. I'm sure you did. Nature keeps them in rotation. New face pops up every now and then, and an old one disappears and is forgotten. This is who we are. There's gotta be something here. Tell me. Over there you can find more of the same. Shacks and trees growing wild. That's the Pox. An old military hospital and its surroundings. She looks toward the buildings to the south, or it used to be, during the time of the suzerain. After the war, it was turned into a Goodwill hospital for shell-shocked veterans and folks looking for some quiet in the old sanatorium gardens. Now the area is crisscrossed with nameless streets and makeshift cinder-block houses, shacks as far as the eye can see. What happened to the hospital? The Goodwill ran out. She tightens the scarf around her neck. The staff left, and the place was shut down. It's long gone by now. I'm going to say something else here, right? What else is going on? Well, there's that music. Music from across the sea. It started a few days ago, and now it's blasting, even through the nights. Suspicious-looking people are sneaking around the church. I don't like that. Yep. Oh, it's funny that they didn't give me an option to say I took care of them. If you do find her, please go easy on her. She really means it. It's an honest plea. She's a good girl, whatever she's gotten herself mixed up in. Alright, well, it's past 9, so time to end stream. Let's plan to meet back here in 2 days. Stream this again on Thursday. I guess I don't have any real plans for what to do. Explore this area a little bit more, go to class. Yeah, I guess now I will go to Classy because there's the thing about the buoy, and there's also the fact that she was like, oh yeah, she gets like rip-roaring drunk and gets violent. And we're like, no, she doesn't. No, she doesn't. We're gonna go get some answers out of her, maybe arrest her as well. It's funny that you can arrest her earlier on, and then it's like, oh, well, you know, or you could have her stick around. Very interested to see how this game plays out in other playthroughs, but we'll see that later. All right, that's it for tonight.